What's up, guys? Today we're looking at another one of the cards from Phantasmal Flames. We're looking at Mismagius EX, a 260 HP Stage 1 Psychic type Pokemon, evolves from Misdreavus. It's got the ability Swirling Spell. If this Pokemon is in your active when your opponent switches a new Pokemon, it is now confused. So if your opponent is playing a deck that pivots through, trying to get a Pokemon into the active, trying to do some shenanigans, it's going to automatically get confused. So your opponent has to basically promote the Pokemon they want to start the turn with. If not, we get a free 50-50 shot at them doing nothing, actually worse than nothing, taking 30 damage. We have the attack 6 magic. For 2 psychics, we do 150 and we draw cards until we have 6 cards in our hand. Pretty good. We can keep refilling our hand. Pretty decent. Dark type weakness isn't the best. Fighting type resistance is pretty good, and we have retreat cost of 1. It's a Pokemon EX, so if it gets knocked out, we give up 2 prize cards. We have Vertical Valley as well as a new stadium coming out in this set that says confuse Pokemon, both yours and your opponent, don't recover from confusion when they evolve or devolve. So basically, we're gonna go Vertical Valley, make it so our opponents can't really evolve out of confusion, because maybe if they're playing Gardevoir, they can push up a Curlia, evolve to Gardevoir, use the ability retreat, whatever, stuff like that, or they can do shenanigans in that nature. We can just stop that from happening. Full stop. Period. Pretty cool deck. Today we're going to look at a video from the Japanese YouTube channel. What I'm going to show you guys is a deck list, some gameplay, and basically this is for you to formulate your own opinion and figure out how to play the deck in your own capacity. This is just like us enjoying the idea that the Japanese YouTube channel is putting out. These cards are barely out right now, and we're going to have a good time just checking these out. So let's check it out. We're getting to the deck list right here. We're going to see a 4-3 Mischievous line, a 3-3 Brambleghast line. Let me look at what Brambleghast does for you guys. Just double check so I'm not mistaken. I don't say anything incorrectly. Brambleghast does say Panic Poison when you've played this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon. You make your opponent's Pokemon confused. So when you evolve into Brambleghast, your opponent's active Pokemon does become confused. So once you have Brambleghast evolved and then you have your Misdreavus as well, then you basically are establishing a pretty consistent everyone is confused, everyone doesn't get to have fun kind of game plan. You have the little Devo Psychic item that puts the Brambleghast back in your hand for you, so we can keep reusing that. We have the Psychic Patch as well that can accelerate to our Misdreavus so we can start attacking in one turn. This also applies to Clefairy if we need to. And Brambleghast does have 2 retreats, so we do need a copy of Air Balloon to move this guy out of the active spot. We have a Tatsugiri to be able to fetch some supporters. We have Lilies and Judge as our supporters. Judge is actually really funny because we can basically confuse and Judge immediately into the game and start attacking with Misdreavus and start filling up our hand, and our opponent doesn't get to do anything. Or we can Judge and Badoo while we're setting up our board, and we can also confuse our opponent's active. So the Brambleghast is really cool at just continuously confusing our opponent, which is super sick, and we have good weaknesses into some stuff. So let's take a good look at the game, or we've already immediately jumped into the game. We have Tatsugiri here in the active, nothing to take home about right now. Everything is pretty okay at best. We're up against Gardevoir, so a real deck in the format. Sometimes these videos have fake decks on the other side, but Gardevoir is a very real deck. Gardevoir is a threat that I think will be a long time, obviously, deck. We have a Balloon to the active. We're going to just go ahead and pass. No basic on turn 1. Arvin from the Gardevoir deck. We have a Secret Box Evo, the El Clasico. We're going to go ahead and Secret Box away Dark Evo Iono, getting Evo, Poffin Artisan, Evo for probably double Ralts, or Poffin for double Ralts, sorry. We're going to go ahead and put the Art. We don't really want to give them Artisan. They haven't done anything, right? We want to just chill for a turn. We're going to go ahead and Evo Dark, I think, is the active. Yeah, which is really unfortunate. So now 2 Darks are committed, which means our monkeys have a worse time getting established here. But double Curlier is really good. We're playing a Mega Gardevoir build, it looks like, more than just a traditional Gardevoir list. But either way, there's a ton of Curliers, a ton of Gardevoirs on the board already. Our Curlier's already on the board, but 2 Darks are committed right now. That's the kind of a little bit of a downside. We can go ahead and Poffin if we want to, which is pretty decent here with the Arvin, so we're going to go ahead and Poffin, it looks like. Just establish our board into something Defiance Band as well. We're going to go ahead and Poffin here. Probably grabbing double Misdreavus if I had to guess, because we just can't lose. Or we're getting a Badoo. So we're playing a little bit slower, which I do think is not that bad. We're going to go ahead and retreat into Badoo and just go ahead and Itchy Pollen. Gardevoir is known for not having a ton of gust effects. If any, it's Counter Catcher. And there's no Psychic Energy in the discard. 2 monkeys are already spoken for. So now both the monkeys are committed to. The Ralts can continue to collect and actually draw cards and set up, which is kind of funny. So you can do all that if you want to. We're going to go ahead and just Iono, it looks like. Yep, there's the Iono. 6 new cards. A little bit apprehensive to Iono because I think the Mischievous player wasn't really drawing necessarily the best. We're going to retreat into the Curlia, getting the Psychic. But 2 Darks now in the discard, but this does allow us to get 3 Pokemon into our hand. So a third Curlia, Gardevoir, and the Screamtail, so we can actually start attacking if we want to, given another Psychic Energy. So we can evolve the active, attach, retreat, go into Screamtail, and go from there. We're going to get the Bramble in here with the Artisan. We're going to go ahead and evolve to Misdreavus. We're going to attach the Misdreavus. We're going to retreat the Badoo. We're going to go straight into this, and we're just going to attack. We're going to take a free prize card here, basically fill our hand up with one more extra card. A Curly gets removed off the board. Our opponent does have another Curly in hand. The Psychic does hit the discard, but we do know that 2 Darks are in the discard, so our opponent's going to have to use Recovery to get those Dark energies back into play. And there's only no monkeys established right now. So, like, basically no monkeys being established means there's no threat of a ton of damage being brought up. We're going to see the Counter Catcher bring up probably the Bramblin. Yep, there it is. This is probably just a better target to bring up. There's a Screamtail. We know the Screamtail was in hand. Another Monkey Dory being established here and attached to the active to retreat. This get going, a Mew, and an Iono once again. So the 6 cards become 5 cards anyway. We're going to go ahead and Vessel for 2 more Psychics. The Vessel away another Psychic, getting 2 Psychics again. So the 3rd Dark must be prized if I had to surmise. We're going to Screamtail. There's 2 Psychics in the discard. We're going to be able to put both Psychics on the active. Go to 40 damage and probably just pop the Tatsugiri in my opinion. Or we're just going to take out the Bramblin. We're going to let our opponent go back into an actual attacker. Here comes the Tatsugiri to give us a supporter if we need one, which is actually pretty strong in situations. Defiance Band going on to the Mismagius, and a Judge coming through. So the Judge is pretty good. There is 2 energies already in the, or 3 energies probably actually in the discard. We Vessel one away. There is 3 energies for the Gardevoir player to be able to launch an attack of sorts. But the Mismagius, if we can get the Confusion play as well with the Vertigo Stadium, will be pretty good. Another Mischievous into play. The Artisan grabbing us the Bramblin. Pretty solid establishment of the board. We're going to be able to Tatsugiri for a supporter for next turn. Grabbing ourselves. I didn't see what we grabbed, but it's okay. We're going to be able to go into this, and we're going to be able to just simply swing for free, do the 150, knock out the Screamtail, draw 2 cards, and then take a prize card as well. So the Gardevoir player is limited to 4 cards in their hand. They don't have a Fez established. They do have a Mew established, so they can start powering up. But they don't know what they want to promote, so they can get damage onto the board. I think promoting Gardevoir is completely fine here, because you can move you can get 40 damage to move. And this Badoo is always going to be a free prize card on the board. Another Gardevoir hitting the board, which is like totally fine, I think. So we're just debating the numbers here. I think it's like, what do we do? How do we get there? Maybe they're holding the Gardevoir to dodge confusion in a later time. Because you're probably assuming that there's going to be confusion involved. Charm is also in hand. You probably want to Charm the Mew if you're going to research. Like, you're almost certainly going to research. So I'd probably go Charm Mew, evolve to Guardy, and just research. But it looks like we're just researching the Guardy away so we can evolve that up later. There is the 3rd Dark Energy. There it is. 3 energies to the active. We're going to be able to move the 30 onto the other active here. Looks like I just smack for 210. So a ton of damage coming through, or 220, sorry, total overall. Ton of damage on the board right now. Feeling pretty good about this. We're looking for the Bramblin here, or not Bramblin, another Bramblin. Yep, we're looking for the Brambleghast here to go for the Confusion play, and we're going to get the Stadium into play. There's the Stadium, the Vertigo Valley. So now even through Retreat, it does change the Confusion laws. So we're going to go ahead and use Lilies here as well. Drawing our 6. There's the Ultra Ball with Latias and Boss, getting the Brambleghast here. We do kind of want an energy onto this Mismagius, or Mischievous, sorry. We do have the Psychic patch if we need it. There's going to be the Confusion here. It's not actually like that good. We're basically just kind of trying to scam the game a little bit. We're going to attach to the bench. There's an attachment, pretty good here. There's the attack for 150 damage. Not even a ton of damage, because now the Monkey can heal the Gardevoir actually out of damage range, right? Because if it feels the 30 and Gardevoir actually hits, then it can't get knocked out next turn. So it's actually like pretty bad, all things considered. Like, this seems like terrible. So Gardevoir has to flip tails basically for this to happen. Structure for the other Gardevoir, or we're getting the Dark back. Perfect, actually. Now there's 2 monkeys, 2 darks. The game is going to get very, very difficult from here, very, very quickly. There's the Arven. We already have Secret Box. I don't think I see another Stadium. There's a Stretcher in hand. So not too bad. There's 220 on the active, so we can knock it out with just monkey movements. We're going to grab the Poffin. So the Gardevoir player could just go ahead and monkey. Preemptively, we're going to Super Rod these back. We're going to Ultra Ball these 2. We already Arven. We're going to get the Gardevoir here. Gardevoir Evolution. We're going to go ahead and Mew for 1. Yeah, not too bad. We're going to move the 6 to the active, knocking it out. Gardevoir is fully healed. This matchup seems terrible. I don't really know how we're supposed to win this. That gets off the board. The Badoo is still a free prize card. We have to promote something. Brambleghast probably has to come up almost certainly, or Badoo. Badoo is also a free prize to give up here. And the Gardevoir player can just retreat. Go into Monkey Dory. There is no longer the Mismagius in play, so you can't be affected by confusion. And we're going to go ahead and probably just attach to the active Monkey Dory and just take a knockout here. I also would have been fine, I think, just going maybe into... Nah, Mew's not good. But there goes the Badoo. We're down to 2 prize cards. I have no idea how the Mismagius player is even supposed to win this from here on out. Like, this seems like a terrible matchup. There's a Lilies. I mean, like, I guess we could Devo maybe, but I don't really know what we're supposed to do. We're going to go ahead and A-spec away all our guys. We have to get the patch. We have to get the Iono. Oh, we're getting the Judge. Yep, there's Judges here. We're going to go ahead and use the Stretcher for Mismagius. We're going to go ahead and use the Psychic Patch, getting the energy back. If we have the Psychic Devolution card as well, we can go ahead and reestablish the Bramblegast if we hit. We're going to go ahead and judge off the rip. Not too bad. I mean, the Secret Box was pretty good. We just need to hit the Devolution or another Bramblegast. The Devolution item would be pretty good here because we can Reconfuse. Actually, Reconfuse doesn't even matter because we're killing a Monkey Dory, which is like, how do we win from that board state? Like, what are we supposed to do, right? Like, I don't know. This is like a very difficult situation because now Gardevoir can smack twice. We'll just go ahead and take the knockout on the Monkey Dory. One less Monkey Dory to worry about. The Super Rod is gone. I think one of the Stretchers is now gone as well. So the Dark is reestablished in the deck. Gardevoir hitting the active spot. We're going to go ahead and Vessel away the Psychic. Probably grabbing a Dark here if we have Monkey Dory access. There's a Stretcher getting the Monkey back. So now almost all the recovery, if not almost all the recovery from Gardevoir is now gone. So that last Dark Energy is stranded forever. And there's the Iono. Seeing 2 cards for the Gardevoir player and seeing a bajillion, 3 cards for the other player, a Mew for 1. We're going to move all the damage basically off this onto the Bramblin, taking it off the board. So now there's a Bramblegast threat as well for the following turn. 1 prize card remaining, and we're going to go ahead and just accelerate the 2 energies to Gardevoir, and we're going to go ahead and just smack, which I think is perfectly fine. The Gardevoir player is like phenomenal spot. We're benching the Drifloon preemptively as well because the Drifloon can clean up anything. The Ursaluna could be pretty decent here. We can go Ursaluna, Iono, but the hand has legitimately nothing in it. We're going to Lilies. Yeah, I guess Ursaluna's probably our best shot, but even Ursaluna, I think, dies to Drifloon. Just given the damage counters on the board. There's the Ursaluna. I mean, the guy stays alive, so we can confuse, I guess, with the Vertigo Valley, but there's no Iono that we just did. We just had to research, or no, Lily, sorry. So we're going to be able to Ursaluna for the free prize card here for free 2. So we did have a win condition. We took 1 more prize card, and the Gardevoir player played exactly like the situation, where we found Boss plus Ursaluna to end the game. We have 3 energies here. We're going to be able to Monkey Dory onto the active Ursaluna, and that is the game. Unfortunately, this is a meme deck, and for some reason we chose to play against Gardevoir, which has got to be one of the worst matchups by far. Like, we can do everything. We have Monkey Dory, we can pivot, we can do literally anything we want as Gardevoir into this matchup. But this deck could be like really good into decks that aren't expecting things, especially with the Vertigo Valley, and this card might actually become really strong once rotation happens, because we'll lose cards like Nest Ball that are crucial setup pieces, and decks won't have as many pivots. Decks won't have Gardevoir as well either. So you're going to be able to actually sit there and do a little bit more with your confusion. So a very interesting deck. I'm curious to see how this actually plays out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Mismagius, Mischievous, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember which one it is. But we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.